Dan event mawar dan senapan sisa waktu 4 hari 21 jam. Kemungkinan gua akan speedrun tetapi uploadnya akan telat. Dan selamat datang di channel Lavalier. Pada video kali ini gua akan melanjutkan event Genshin Impact, yaitu mawar dan senapan antara fiksi dan realita di dalam dan luar bingkai menuju quest. Buset, sudah duluan.
Good morning. Xavier said yesterday afternoon went well.
Yeah, and how about you, Ayaka? What were you up to yesterday?
After we split up, Ayato went to see Udex Nervilette at the Palais Marmonia.
Oh, jadi gitu ya.
Of going with him, but he said he could manage it himself. He told me to go see the sights around Fontaine and to enjoy the local culture. So I rode the aqua bus with Yoimiya and visited the opera house on Aranias Island.
Yeah, you wouldn't believe what we saw there. Two mechanical
Yaduh, jadi kenapa? Karena cuma dua boneka robot berdansa di Grey of Coppelia.
Yeah, those two. Amazing, aren't they?
Buset, kayaknya baru pertama kali melihat hal seperti itu ya.
It was mesmerizing. Like we could keep watching them forever.
Oh, it was the same for us the first time we saw them too. Afterwards, we went swimming at the beach. Well, diving to be exact. It was the first time I ever breathed underwater.
Buset, jadi baru pertama kali bisa bernafas di dalam air. Karena itu perbedaan yang ada di Fontaine.
At first, I didn't dare to open my mouth. But once I couldn't hold my breath any longer,
Lah terus?
I decided to take a big breath in.
Oh, jadi gitu.
Water wasn't as salty as I imagined. It didn't really taste like anything at all. Before I knew it, I was breathing like normal down there. It was an amazing feeling.
Jadi rasanya biasa saja.
My grip. She got used to everything way faster than I did.
Jadi gimana lagi nih?
The traveler could do it, so I had no doubt we could do it too. That helped me feel at ease as soon as we dove in. The underwater world in Fontaine truly is beautiful.
Jadi memang inilah ya perbedaan Fontaine dengan region lain. Kalau di sini di dalam air bisa menyelam. Kalau di tempat lain gua nggak tahu bisa apa enggak. Dan juga di Fontaine ini di dalam airnya cukup banyak ya isinya.
Love the name Blubber Beast. Just wait till Pops and the others hear about this. They probably won't believe a word I say.
Yoimiya was down there for quite a while. It was dark before we finally rode the
Buset, tadi berenang berapa lama? Sampai hari agak gelap.
Even I was worried I wouldn't be able to get up. I still felt like I was drifting in the waves when I went to sleep last night. But as soon as I woke up today, I remembered that we'd all be shooting a film together, and I was ready to go.
Buset, nggak capek apa itu? Nah, yang lain pada kemana?
My brother and Xavier were speaking to the restaurant owner about using the place as a filming location. They should be here soon. As for the others, we're here.
Udah datang aja lagi.
Please excuse my tardiness. I just finished the Special Patrol's 6-mile morning jog.
Wait, 6 miles?
10 kilo. Lah buset, panjang bener.
I heard you all chatting, so I decided to come down. I sure could use some of that endless energy everyone else has.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning. Can someone fetch me a cup of coffee? More milk, hold the sugar.
Buset, baru bangun langsung minum kopi aja.
No, you can't go anywhere. Please, have a seat over here so I can get started on your makeup. The last thing I want is
Buset, langsung merias.
costumes.
I can get the coffee. It's the perfect job for an assistant.
So much energy. Seriously, what's her secret?
Oh, Yoimiya's always
Lah kok rahasia?
You sure look exhausted, Farina. It's because you're not used to waking up so early, huh?
Of course not. I spent the whole night reading the novel.
Buset, semalaman baca novelnya sampai habis.
Or adapted.
Wow, Paimon didn't expect you to be so thorough.
Jadi apa nggak tidur atau kurang tidur?
I was the biggest star in all of Fontaine after all. It takes more than just a pretty face to earn a reputation like that. I know how to get serious when the situation calls for it. I went all out when I was acting as an Archon, so why wouldn't I do the same for my own life?
Here's your coffee, Director Farina.
Sekarang lanjutannya bagaimana ini? Minum kopi dulu lah ya.
The sound of being called director and the aroma of coffee feels almost as refreshing as hearing the birds chirping in the morning.
It seems everyone has managed to arrive on time.
We've reached an agreement with the restaurant owner. We are free to use the second floor to shoot our film.
Bagus lah ya kalau sudah selesai.
He
Jadi
is really looking forward to our film
bagaimana ini?
and hopes that providing his restaurant as a filming location will attract more customers. Well then, Mr. Xavier, I'll leave the rest to you.
Okay, thanks. First, I'd like to introduce our new members.
Buset, ada
This
anggota
is our
baru aja lagi.
manager, Veronique. She'll be in charge of all the film's props and items. And this is Bono, our lighting technician. He'll be in charge of lighting and illumination to set up each scene's atmosphere.
Wow, sure feels like we have some real professionals joining the
Nah,
crew
bagus
now.
lah ya ada yang
First
pro
of all,
dikit.
Please allow me to first express my sincerest gratitude to everyone in the crew. When my investor informed me yesterday that he wouldn't be able to provide the funds, I really thought that this was the nail in the coffin for this film. I had no idea that I'd find so many people willing to help me on such short notice. Thank you. Thank you all from the bottom of my heart.
No need to be so cordial, Mr. Xavier. We're all honored to be a part of this.
Ya,
Your works
bagus
made a
lah ya.
profound impression on me when I saw them back in Inazuma.
Dan kita juga bisa mengikuti event ini. Walaupun tinggal 4 hari lagi.
The story is the reason I agreed to join. I can't bear to even imagine what this film would look like without the very best director.
Anyway, I would like to make a promise to everyone that as the producer of this film, I'll do whatever I can to ensure that everything goes as smoothly as possible. This is not just my film. It also embodies the thoughts and feelings of every person here, as well as the endless effort we are about to
Buset,
pour into
buah
it.
dari jerih payah tanpa henti kita
So,
semua.
without further ado, the two
Nah,
Musketeers
langsung lah
will
ya.
officially begin filming
Resmi
now.
dimulai dari sini. Jadi cukup lama juga ya openingnya dan
Take it
juga
from here,
persiapannya.
Director Farina.
All right, listen up, everyone.
Jadi bagaimana ini?
The first scene takes place when the two young musketeers are living at the Baron's home, still unaware of all that is about to happen to them. We'll need props and lighting to set the scene. Our lead actors can go get their makeup done, and extras, please take this time to go over your positions.
Whoa.
Buset, jadi ada kamera dari POV first person.
I don't want anyone
Bisa-bisanya ya.
set like umbrella finches. All right, cameras will start rolling as soon as the set is ready. Let's make a film that'll make some serious waves in Fontaine. Not the kind of waves that drown people. I mean, the
Ya,
good kind of
enggak lah,
waves.
itu agak beda. Beda dikit, gak ngaruh lah ya.
Seems like she's still a bit traumatized by that.
Jadi kenapa bisa begitu?
If there's anything we can do to help.
Jadi langsung saja lah ya. Antara fiksi dan realita di dalam dan di luar. Baru dimulai, aduh lama juga ya. Cari seseorang yang membutuhkan bantuan 0 dari 2. Jadi kita bantu Yoimiya terlebih dahulu.
How about here?
A little more to the left.
Geser dikit lah ya.
Hey, Yoimiya, do you need a hand?
Jadi
No, I'm
gimana?
fine. You know, doing the lighting is kind of like designing a fireworks show. It's interesting to imagine what kind of atmosphere the lights will create.
Ya hampir sama-sama lah ya.
Lavalier will be operating
Karena
camera
sama-sama
and
pencahayaan
Lavalier,
juga.
right? Those roles are just perfect for the two of you.
Really? Is that because it'll be easy for Paimon to hold the clapperboard while flying? Well,
Ya, gua
sure,
juga nggak tahu lah ya.
That's not exactly what I meant. Just think
Jadi
back to all our
gimana?
journeys together, you two must have developed a super close bond and just naturally know how to work with each other. If I'm not mistaken, the director will want the cameras rolling as soon as the clapperboard goes clack.
Sebenarnya kamera sudah jalan duluan sebelum itu. Atau nanti hasilnya diedit.
Oh, I see. It's amazing to see the magic behind filmmaking.
Yoimiya, we need lights over there too.
Oh, on it.
Jadi sekarang gimana nih?
Chat with you later. Oh,
Ya
so
nantilah ya
excited to see
ngobrolnya
people
nggak
working together to
mungkin
bring the film
ngobrol
to life.
sambil kerja. Kerja dulu lah ya, kocak.
Seems like Yoimiya's really getting into it. But she was right. We do have a super close bond, don't we?
Yelah besti.
Paimon's really happy to hear that.
Cari seseorang yang membutuhkan bantuan 1 dari 2. Map markernya menuju siapa lagi nih? Oh ini Chiori. Lah kenapa lagi?
Ayaka has mentioned you to me before. She said that you two were great friends when you were kids.
No talking. I'm thinking about how to do your eyeshadow.
Ah, yes.
Buset,
To help
hiasan
me really
mata.
look the part.
To achieve a more young and naive look for this scene.
Are you saying the wrinkles around my eyes are too deep?
Lah
You
gimana
just
tuh?
have too much of a calculating look in your eyes.
You sure don't mince your words. It seems you really haven't changed much.
Quiet.
Lah kok seperti dulu? Bersiap-siap untuk syuting langsung saja lah ya. Jadi
So,
lokasinya
this
di
is a real
sini.
musket? No, it's just a prop weapon.
Jadi
Not
cuman
bad. Have you
mainan.
seen a real musket before?
Only in books and newspapers. I made this one based on the relative shape and proportions I saw in reference images. When we're filming, some special gunpowder will be applied around the muzzle, which will help create the flash
Ya,
and
aduh,
smoke
gimana
effects of
tuh?
a real gun being fired.
Untuk membuat
Which means
efek
it'll be up to the
sungguhan.
actors to portray the recoil.
That's right. The sound effects for gunshots will also be added in post-production.
Jadi efek suaranya akan ditambahkan ketika
The musket's
diedit.
gears and firing pin could still use some work. Adding some wear on the metallic components will make them appear more realistic. Also, be sure to rub the muskets with some oil each time before we start shooting. That'll give the impression that the firearms have been well maintenanced.
Good point.
You seem to know a lot, Miss Chevres. I assume you use these types of firearms
Ya,
on a
kayaknya
regular
memang beneran
Yes, I perform routine
orang yang
maintenance on my
paham
weapons
ya.
every day. Just like we as people need to eat and sleep, muskets need to be cleaned and maintained.
I also perform similar care for my sword every day, and familiarize myself with its shape and weight, to the point where it feels like a natural extension of my body.
Yes, this way, our weapons will never betray us in the heat of battle.
Yes, well said. It seems we have the same philosophy on this topic.
Jadi sama ya.
Oh, sounds like they found a common interest to talk about.
Though these props differ from the muskets I use, I can still give you some pointers.
Good. I look forward to your instruction.
First and foremost, never point the weapon at anyone, regardless of whether it's a real or prop weapon or whether
Ya,
you're holding it or
janganlah
it's
ya.
on the table.
Jangan
This holds for any time when you're not
diarahin
actively engaging the
sembarangan.
enemy.
Okay, understood.
When aiming the musket, extend your arm so that it's level with your shoulder, and use your eye to look down the weapon's sights.
Like this?
Not bad. Now, try saying your lines.
Jadi
This is the
dialognya.
end of the road for you.
Good. Now turn your body a little. That way, you'll give your enemy less of a target to work with. And relax your shoulders. Here, allow me to demonstrate. This is the end of the road for you.
Buset gitu ya.
Excuse me, Miss Chiori.
Lah, kenapa?
Director Farina, there's something I wish to discuss with you.
Oh? What is it?
Like this?
Yes, much better.
Jadi, oh lebih bagus.
What do you think?
Lah, dua orang ini ngobrolin apaan lagi?
do see your point. But are you sure you wish to do this?
I believe it would be most fitting.
Well, if you insist. All right, I understand.
Iyalah ya. Sekarang gimana nih?
Miss Chevres,
Buset, langsung dipanggil begitu saja ya.
Huh? What's going on? Are we gonna start filming now?
Nah, kan baru mau mulai syuting. Kenapa tiba-tiba dipanggil begitu saja?
I have a question for you, Miss Chevres. Would you be willing to play the role of musketeer?
Yaitu berperan jadi masketir.
What?
Lah terus gimana nih?
I would like to turn over my role to Miss Chevres.
Lah yaduh, waduh, aduh.
Don't worry, Ayaka. I actually view this as a good thing. I was becoming troubled trying to set aside some time to speak to the staff at the Palais Mermonia. I would like to have some conversations about the cultural exchange between our two
Oh,
countries.
jadi ingin meluangkan waktu untuk berbicara dengan orang-orang Palais Mermonia
Now, I will be able to focus
dan
on my work.
membicarakan
Besides,
pertukaran
you also know that
kebudayaan.
I'm not really one for public performances.
Kayaknya gitulah ya.
Really sure? From a director's point of view, I also felt like the relationship between the two musketeers in the original story could be improved. The older brother in the story plays the lead role with his overbearing character, but this causes his character to overshadow that of his sister, and the theme of the two supporting and relying on each other isn't conveyed very well. But if we were to change the siblings to two sisters of a similar age,
Nah,
then
mungkin
that aspect of the
bisa
story
kali
might
ya.
come through more clearly. Also, I've seen you instructing Ayaka. That cold and dignified personality is exactly what we need for the older musketeer.
Of course, even with all these insights, the decision should still be made by Miss Chevres.
Jadi bagaimana
She
ini?
said she really likes the story, right? Paimon bets that she'll take the role.
Tapi dia juga masih harus kerja.
Alright, I'll take the role.
Buset, diambil begitu saja ya.
Then, I'll get started on making
Langsung
all
ubah
systems.
skripnya ya
We'll
tanpa
also need to
panjang
make some
lebar.
immediate adjustments to the lighting, props, and costumes. I have a feeling that our adaptation will be
Buset,
even better than
jadi
the original
adaptasi
story.
nggak nih?
You're doing a great favor for me, Miss Chevres. You have my gratitude.
Don't mention it. I like this character, so if anything, I should be the one thanking you.
Well, since my brother is the one who brought up the idea, I suppose there's no need to worry. Let's go, Miss Chevres. I look forward to working with you.
Please, just call me Chevres.
Jadi sekarang lanjutannya bagaimana ini?
Seems like you're really going out of your way to solve the problem I was having with your makeup.
Surely you jest, Chiori. I assure you that I was mostly motivated by a desire to spend more time on formal business.
Oh, come on. You really think I'd buy that? According to what I've heard from Ayaka, her brother is someone who can juggle 10 different matters at the same time.
Lah kenapa
I'm
tiba-tiba
sure
mundur
you'll
begitu
find
saja?
backing out.
Perhaps. Ayaka always said she wanted to go out and see more of the world, just like the traveler. But I feel that she needs not only to see other nations, but also to make some different kinds of friends. I think it would be harder for her to make new connections with me constantly by her side. I would like to give her some space.
Alright, go on.
Oh,
Spoil
jadi
her some
begitu
more.
ya.
Ayato, it's too bad you're stepping down from the role. Paimon really wanted to see you act as a musketeer.
Kamu pantas menerima ini.
No need to poke fun at me. I'd wager that you also felt that I wasn't the best candidate for the role.
It's a little hard for Paimon to imagine you saying those lines.
Jadi sekarang apa? Kerja lagi.
Yes, I've made an appointment to meet some people from the Palais Mermon.
Buset, sudah ada janji aja
I'll
lagi.
have some more time to prepare.
Traveler, get the camera ready. Paimon, get the clapperboard. Actors to your
Langsung
positions.
siap lah ya,
We're
kita
about to start
mulai.
shooting the first scene.
Gimana
Go
nih?
on now. And please take good care of Ayaka.
Yep, don't worry.
Biar kami yang temani dia.
Thank you. I look forward to seeing the film when it's finished.
All right. Now that we're all here, let me help set the scene for everyone.
Jadi,
The
jelaskan
first
dulu.
scene takes place when our two main characters are still living at the Baron's estate. They've been ostracized and verbally abused by others in the household, but they still have no idea why. We want to capture how naive and innocent they are, despite their pain. Chevris will be playing the role of the older sister, Tulip, and Ayaka will be the younger sister, Iris. Be sure to get close-ups of the main characters at the right moment. Silence on the set! Lights! Camera! Action!
Langsung lah ya mulai.
Tulip, Mother's been out for quite a while now.
Perhaps she went to pick some flowers on the way home. You know how she loves flowers.
Iris, Tulip, I'm home.
Dekatkan kamera ke ibu.
You were out for so long, we were beginning to worry about you.
I'm sorry, but I'm back now, safe and sound. Here, I brought your favorite treat, apple turnovers.
Pulang-pulang bawa pie
Mother,
apel.
What are those bruises on your hand?
Huh? What bruises? Oh, I must have bumped
Lah,
into
kenapa
something
bisa
while I was
begitu?
working yesterday.
But I didn't notice
Lah
them
ada
this morning.
sesuatu di tempat kerja.
Then perhaps they're from when I accidentally tripped when I was out just
Lah
now.
bisa-bisanya
By the
jatuh
way,
di jalan.
Did you have fun playing at home?
Gimana nih?
What's the matter, Iris?
Well, we've realized that no one really wants to play with us.
Lah kok kenapa?
They even took Iris's doll and spat at us.
Buset ya, aduh. Waduh. Aduh,
And they even
adul.
called us names. They said we were...
Shh. It's all right. Don't worry. Girl, it doesn't matter what anyone says. Don't listen to them. No one can define you with such words. You both have
Nah,
wonderful
jadi
lives
jangan
ahead of you.
pikirkan kata-kata
Just like your
dari
names.
orang lain.
You will both blossom like beautiful flowers. Maybe your time to blossom hasn't quite come yet, but one day, you two will bloom more beautifully than anything else. Don't let the soil you're in now ruin your future beauty. Understand? My dear daughters.
And cut!
Cut aja lagi.
Not bad. The actors' emotions were all on point. Let's keep that take.
Nah, lumayan lah ya.
Also, if our clapper loader could avoid shouting at the start of the scene next time.
Iyalah ya, tidak teriak-teriak lagi.
Got it.
Great. I was a little worried that my nerves
Gue juga tadi agak bingung mau milih
What
apa
about
tadi.
you, Chevris? I felt fine. The lines weren't too difficult at all. Seems like Farina must have adapted the role nicely.
You two were great. I couldn't tell it was your first time acting in a film. You should have more confidence.
Thank you for your encouragement.
Positions, everyone! We'll move on to the next
Buset,
scene.
langsung ke adegan selanjutnya saja. Semuanya berjalan lancar dan sesuai jadwal.
This scene is when our two characters return home, only to discover their mother has been murdered.
Buset, yado tiba-tiba begitu ya.
Camera, action!
Mulai ya.
Mother, we're back. Mother?
Lah kok sepi, gimana nih?
What's wrong, Tuli?
Waduh,
Iris, stay away.
lah kok
Why? What's... Mother!
waduh, gimana tuh?
Mother... She's...
There's poison in this cup.
Ya, aduh, ada apa itu?
I could have sworn I've seen this kind of cup before.
Those aristocrats. They didn't even try to cover up their actions. Iris, we need to leave this place.
Leave?
Jadi harus
But now
pergi.
that Mother is gone,
Dan kemana
where
lagi?
can we even go?
Anywhere. All I know is that we can't stay in this house.
But... Are we just going to let them get away with this?
We'll have our revenge, I promise you. Just not right now.
Ya, tidak sekarang lah ya, harus ada persiapannya terlebih dahulu.
Come on, let's go.
Sekarang pergi kemana?
No, wait. We can't just leave Mother here like this. At least let me leave this rose with her. That's why we went out in the first place. To buy her this flower.
All right. Goodbye, Mother. We'll avenge you. Someday.
Ya, suatu hari nanti.
And cut!
Dan cut saja.
Great performance.
Buset, luar biasa ya.
You're so amazing, Ayaka. Were those real
Benar-benar
tears I saw?
mendalami
How'd you do
sekali.
it?
I was surprised too.
Thank you for the kind compliments. Actually, as soon as Director Farina said action, I told myself not to think about anything. I just felt the weight of the moment and became the character.
Buset,
It's quite
benar-benar
similar to
mendalami
practicing the art of the
perannya.
sword. You clear your mind and focus only on what's happening in front of you.
Ayaka's performance was amazing. Have I discovered an acting prodigy? Pipe down, everyone! We need to move on to the next scene.
Nah, langsung saja lanjut ke adegan berikutnya. Syuting film terasa begitu cepat. Buset, udah kelar aja lagi. Dan kalau tidak salah masih ada beberapa hal yang harus direkam lagi.
How do you feel, Traveler? Is your arm sore from holding the camera all day?
Ya pegel lah ya. Tapi seru banget.
Good work, you two.
You too, Chevres. You were quite the actress today.
I've read this novel many times before. I have a good grasp of my character's mindset. Anyway, do you remember my request from yesterday?
Oh, right! We were having so much fun that Paimon nearly forgot!
Lah gua juga
The
lupa.
murders seem really similar to the cases in the novel, right? So, how are they similar exactly?
In the story, the main characters grow up to become two musketeers, always using their guns to carry out their revenge. And on each of the victims, they place a rainbow rose as a signal that they've returned.
Sebentar, maksudnya?
Yes, that's correct. We found rainbow roses just like in the novel. Seems like you're connecting the dots now.
Oh, that does sound pretty concerning.
Jadi kenapa mengkhawatirkan?
Oh, now Paimon can't stop wondering what kind of ulterior motive the murderer might have.
Ya, gua juga nggak tahu lah ya.
You're smart. Paimon wants to hear your thoughts.
Bolehlah ikut terjun ke penyelidikan?
Good. On behalf of Fontaine's Special Security and Surveillance Patrol, thank you for your dedication to justice. There's no time to lose. We should start investigating right away. Follow me.
Lah, langsung saja gimana nih?
Right now? But we just got done filming all day. Paimon's so tired.
Nah kan
The most
padahal
valuable
masih
intel always comes
capek.
after nightfall. They are like small, remote islands in the middle of the sea. If you don't stay vigilant, you will pass right by them in the fog. That's how one of my favorite books always puts it, at least.
Jadi sekarang gimana ini? Pergi ke bengkel Clockwork Leisure untuk menyelidiki. Langsung saja lah ya, nggak usah kelamaan. Gua akan menuju lokasinya. Dan ini internetnya, aduh. Ya paling nanti gua cut aja lah ya kalau internetnya ngadat.
Welcome to Le Show's Clockwork Workshop. How can I help you?
Hello. I'd like to know if anyone has purchased some special components lately.
Jadi langsung saja ditanyakan.
Sorry, could you be more specific?
I mean the kind of components that aren't typically used for clockwork toys, but for firearms.
Huh? For firearms? No, we don't
Lah
sell
kok
those
tidak
sort of
jual
things.
yang begitu?
Don't misunderstand. I'm not here to cause any trouble. We are merely investigating a case, and we're hoping that you could cooperate.
Well, to be completely honest, I'm not even sure what kind of components that would entail.
Has anyone ever purchased components here as an individual rather than on behalf of an organization?
We have a lot of customers who buy toys, but those who buy components are all regular customers who buy in bulk on behalf of their organization.
Is that so? I understand. Thank you for your cooperation.
Jadi bagaimana ini?
You're welcome. It's the least I can do.
Cari ke tempat lain atau pergi ke bengkel Behemoth untuk menyelidiki? Jadi gua skip aja lah ya.
Oh, hey Chevrolet. Run out of oil for your musket again?
Hello, Estelle. I want to know if anyone has come to your shop recently to order some firearm components.
Jadi siapa tahu ini orang tahu atau tidak.
Let me think.
Jadi bagaimana? Lah kok nggak ada?
That I make some prop guns for the Fontinalia Film Festival, but I refused all of
Lah
their
ditolak semuanya.
Oh?
Gimana nih?
because there's no profit. I only make things here that can do some real heavy lifting.
Ya wajar lah ya kalau tidak ada duitnya.
Just for the festival.
Jadi tidak mungkin dibuat.
Come specifically looking for mechanical components?
Nah kalau yang itu
Sell
bagaimana?
off my scrap to the fleuve cendre. I don't typically give them to one
Lah
specific
produk
person.
gagal.
I understand. Thanks for your cooperation.
Don't mention it. Always happy to have the Musketeers' patronage.
Jadi langsung saja cutscene.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Dan belum ada petunjuk. Langsung
Alright.
ke
Let's head to Fleuve Cendre next.
Cindre.
Are you sure? People might not be so thrilled to see the captain of the special patrol there.
You think
Ya
so,
mana gua
huh?
tahu lah ya Pak
I guess
Imon.
you don't know.
Huh? No what?
Tahu
That I
apa?
grew up in Fleuve Cendre.
Oh jadi dia di sana ya. Selanjutnya pergi ke Fleuve Cendre untuk menyelidiki. Jadi gua skip aja. Selidiki di Fleuve Cendre. Jadi ada 3 titik, mulai dari mana dulu nih? Kira-kira dari atas sini terlebih dahulu lah ya. Coba gua lihat emerald. Siapa ini orang?
Hello, I'd like to ask some questions.
I don't know anything.
Lah kok tiba-tiba tidak tahu saja?
You say that now.
It's the truth. Here, take this as my guarantee.
Wait, did Paimon just see what she thinks she saw? Is the captain
Lah kok gimana nih?
bribing a citizen?
Seems you're different from the other guards. What do you want to know?
Have you heard anything related to muskets in Fleuve Cendre lately? Anything at all?
Muskets, huh? All I know is that about 2 weeks ago we started hearing
Buset, suara keras ketika malam tiba. Sangat keras.
Were they gunshots?
Jadi dari mana suaranya?
to tell around here. Someone's house.
Ya, do agak susah dibedakan.
It's all the same. But the noises I'm talking about definitely happened.
Buset, ketika mau tidur. Jadi cukup malam dan dia tidak mengingatnya. Ya aduh.
Or that you need to think about it some more.
You tell me.
Then please, think about it some more.
Ingat-ingat atau gimana nih? Ya aduh, gimana nih? Aku tidak lihat.
The noises came from the end of the southern waterway. I came out and had a look for myself.
Oh, jadi dari sana ya? Dan dia tidak berani mendekat.
Alright, I'll take your word for it.
Thanks for the pat de fruits.
Jadi selanjutnya bagaimana ini?
No need to be surprised. I grew up here, remember? I know how to get people around here to talk.
Buka tutup.
Seems you catch on pretty quick. Now then, let's keep going.
Jadi selidiki di Helio G99. Langsung saja menuju lokasi ya. Yaitu map markernya ke arah sebelah sini ya. Kayaknya di atas dah. Atau di mana nih? Oh, di sebelah sini ya. Jadi langsung saja tertreok.
It's been a while, Tetro.
Jadi bagaimana ini? Lah kok? Oh iyalah ya, langsung saja supaya gameplaynya tidak kepanjangan. Dan juga ini adalah event ya. Jadi kalau waktunya sudah berakhir tidak bisa dimainkan lagi.
I can allocate some more manpower to help out with that problem. What do you say?
You're still as helpful as ever. One of our men got drunk at dinner about a month ago and lost his gun. 3 days later, it turned up in the corner here.
Buset, gimana tuh?
He just forgot where he put it, right?
This is Fleuve Cendre, my friend. Anything of value left in the tavern won't ever make it to the next day.
Buset, gimana tuh kok? Kayak gitu.
Wear and tear on it, and didn't even appear to have been fired. We were quite mystified as to what could have happened.
I suspect it came back because the weapon was already known to the guards.
You mean a criminal was afraid the Mali-G57 Phantom would use the shot marks to track them down? Maybe. But if that's the case, the culprit really took great care to avoid getting caught.
I didn't say anything about a criminal.
In Fleuve Cendre, knowing who was killed is as easy as knowing what clothes you're wearing today.
Buset, secepat itu ya?
Side, isn't it? I've never liked him. Every time he's here, he just orders a drink and sits there with a nasty look in his eyes.
Oh, jadi seperti itu. Nah, siapa tuh?
Don't bother. Even if you ask, he wouldn't admit to owning a gun to some strangers. Not to mention the captain of the special security and surveillance.
Jadi kota Fontaine ada bawah tanahnya juga ya.
Even though you're on good terms with the Spina, you've still been gone too long. Not many people know you here now, and a lot of people don't like the special patrol.
I know.
So take my advice and don't show your face too much around here. It's for your own safety.
I'll come and go as I please, and I'm afraid I'll be appearing more often due to my work.
Ya aduh, gimana tuh?
Alright. Don't say I didn't warn you.
Jadi sekarang ada satu titik selidiki di Helio Kendra. Langsung saja lah ya menuju lokasi. Jadi sekarang harus naik terlebih dahulu dan juga menuju lokasinya. Kira-kira oh ini bener kayaknya udah ada di ujung sana ya. Jadi langsung saja belok ke sebelah kanan ya, yaitu di sebelah sini. Amati. Jadi ada apa di sini?
What's all this? Some broken planks and barrels as well as some...
Ya aduh, kenapa tuh?
Yes, but have a closer look, Paimon. Even though somebody is purposefully tried to clean them up,
Kayaknya
these are obviously marks
sangat
from
jelas
musket
bekas
hits.
peluru.
In other words, someone was here trying to improve their shot. They were using the barrels and bottles for target practice.
Could it have been the killer?
Your guess is as good as
Nah,
mine.
jangan-jangan ya.
Although many people at Fleuve Sandra own guns, few hide the fact from others. And even fewer would go to such lengths to hide markings from practice shots.
Buset, jadi di bawah sini cukup berbahaya juga ya.
Seems like that's all we'll be able to uncover for today.
Paimon feels like we managed to learn a lot more here than
Lah, cuma segini dulu.
Yes. Assuming that everything we found is indeed connected to our suspect, then their timeline was probably something like this. A month ago, our suspect found a gun and took it home to disassemble it. Once he'd figured out its mechanics, he brought it back.
Buset, jadi dia menemukannya, membawa pulangnya dan mempelajarinya dan merakitnya. Dan sekarang berlatih menembak.
He found his target and carried out the murder. Once the deed was done, he left a rainbow rose on the body, just like the scene in the novel.
Buset, gimana tuh?
to Paimon, but we're still no closer to figuring out the killer's identity.
Tentang korban meninggal.
The deceased was a resident of Fleuve Sandra. It said that he was a poor, solitary man.
Kalau kasus ini meniru novel, kenapa korbannya bukan seorang bangsawan?
Yeah, that's also something I'm trying to figure out. If we are indeed following the novel, and there's a story behind the murder, then this murder should be an act of vengeance. But according to our investigation, the deceased didn't have any enemies. He was no saint.
Lah kok tiba-tiba tidak ada musuh?
Him enough to shoot him dead, much less care to leave a rose on his body. What message is the killer trying to convey, and to whom exactly?
Apa mungkin pelakunya yang menulis novel?
We've thoroughly investigated that possibility. He claims to have spent the whole day at the Opera House on the day of the murder, and the staff there have confirmed his account.
Okay, so he has an alibi.
Not only that, he lacks a credible motive as well. He has a family of his own, and both of his parents are still alive. I've looked into his records. He was adopted at the age of 6, and all the proper procedures were followed. There are also records of him at an orphanage before then. In the story, the mother of the two musketeers was murdered after the children turned 10. Of course, he could have changed the children's ages, but I don't want to assume anything without evidence. More importantly, I've also had a chat with him in person. He didn't seem like the kind of person who would pull the trigger to kill a man.
Then, what should we do now? We have all this new information, but it doesn't help us move forward.
Nah, jadi bagaimana ini?
I didn't expect us to catch the culprit in just a single day. How about this?
Dan memang tidak bisa menangkap dalam satu hari.
Continue the investigation once we're done with the film.
Nah, lanjut saja lah ya syutingnya beberapa hari ke depan.
Wait, but weren't you saying Intel is like small remote islands in the middle of the sea just a moment ago? Wouldn't you just miss them if you were to stop looking?
Ah, but the book had more than one reference to the islands, Paimon.
Oh? What else did it say then?
Jadi ada lagi.
If you spend enough time sailing through the fog, you'll eventually come across an island.
Mawar dan senapan bagian 2 selesai. Dan coba gua cek terlebih dahulu lah ya. Mawar dan senapan film fontinalia. Antara fiksi dan realita, di dalam dan di luar bingkai selesai. Dan gua akan melanjutkan pulau di tengah kabut di next part. Dan terima kasih buat yang sudah nonton sampai sini, like dan juga komen. Gua harap kalian terhibur dan gua akan melanjutkan event Genshin Impact ini.